In the case of an accident, auto insurance provides protection against financial loss. It is a legally binding agreement between the policyholder and the insurance provider. It is understood that the policyholder will be liable for payment of the premium, and that the insurance company would be liable for losses as outlined by the policy. Property, liability, and medical coverage are all included in auto insurance. Theft or damage to the car's property is covered under the property coverage. Liability insurance compensates the insured for his or her legal duty to others in the event of physical harm or property damage. In the event of an injury, medical coverage will pay for the cost of treating the injury and rehabilitation, as well as lost income and burial expenses. In most areas, drivers must carry auto liability insurance before they are permitted to lawfully operate a motor vehicle. When the policyholder is at fault in an automobile accident, liability insurance pays for the other driver's medical bills, vehicle repairs, and other expenses. Drivers are required to carry minimum amounts of insurance or other financial security in order to compensate others for harm caused by their negligence behind the wheel in all states. If an accident occurs, all states have laws that set the minimum amounts of insurance or other financial security that drivers are required to carry. The majority of vehicle insurance coverage are for 6 months to a year. In a standard vehicle insurance policy, there are 6 main types of coverage, each of which has a different price tag, see below. Liability for bodily injury. Coverage for injuries that are caused by the policyholder and family members specified on the policy to someone else is provided under this policy provision. These folks are likewise protected while they are driving other people's automobiles with their consent. Because motorists involved in catastrophic accidents may be sued for a considerable sum of money, drivers may choose to get additional insurance than the state-mandated minimum in order to safeguard personal assets such as their houses and savings. The second kind of coverage is medical payments or personal injury protection, PIP. This coverage covers for the treatment of injuries sustained by the policyholder's car's driver and passengers. PIP may cover a wide range of expenses, including medical bills, missed income, and the cost of substituting services ordinarily done by someone who has been injured in an automobile accident. It may also pay the expenses of a funeral. Liability for damage to property. If a policyholder, or someone driving the automobile with their consent, causes damage to someone else's property, this coverage will pay for the costs of the damage. Typically, this refers to damage to another person's vehicle, but it may also refer to damage to light posts, telephone poles, fences, buildings, or other objects that are struck by a vehicle. Automobile Insurance Fundamentals for II Insurance Handbook www.3org/insurance handbook. Collision with another vehicle. This coverage compensates the policyholder for damage to his or her vehicle as a consequence of a collision with another vehicle, an object, or as a result of the vehicle tipping over. Pothole damage is also covered under this policy. Collision insurance is often marketed with a deductible ranging from $250 to $1,000. The bigger the deductible, the cheaper the monthly price. Even if the policyholders are at fault in an accident, collision coverage will compensate them for the expenses of restoring the vehicle, less the deductible amount they paid. The insurance company may attempt to recoup the money it has paid from the other driver's insurance company, which is referred to as subrogation, if the policyholder is not at fault. In the event that the corporation is successful, policyholders will also get paid for their deductible amounts. It is comprehensive. Fire, falling objects, missiles, explosions, earthquakes, windstorms, hail, floods, vandalism and riots are all examples of events that can cause damage to a vehicle other than a collision with another vehicle or object. This coverage also covers damage caused by contact with animals such as birds or deer. When purchasing comprehensive insurance, policyholders may typically choose between a $100 and $300 deductible, however, policyholders can also choose a greater deductible in order to decrease their rate. If the policyholder's windshield is cracked or damaged, comprehensive insurance may be able to pay him or her. Some insurance carriers provide separate glass coverage, which may or may not include a deductible. Although collision and comprehensive coverage are not required by law in most states, lenders may demand that borrowers maintain them until their auto loan is paid in full. In certain cases, it may also be required by the dealership if the vehicle is being leased. Uninsured and underinsured motorist coverage are also available. If one of the policyholder's family members or a designated driver is struck by an uninsured or hit-and-run driver, uninsured motorist coverage will compensate the policyholder, the family member or the designated driver. Underinsured motorist coverage kicks in when the at-fault driver does not have enough insurance to cover the complete loss suffered by the other driver. This coverage will also protect a policyholder who is struck while walking along the street,